Let's begin by relaxing ourselves using our breathing. Using our breathing to become more spacious and calm. Breathe in very easily. Let that breath move through you and out again. Breathing in slightly deeper than before. Taking that breath in and out of the room. In and out of your body. As you breathe in, feel how your shoulders minutely rise up and down, how your whole body makes tiny movements, accommodating the breath, swaying very softly, side to side, as if moving in a great invisible current under the sea. As you breathe in and out, you feel more open, more relaxed. Each breath widens you. Notice where in your body you may be feeling tired, where your muscles are aching. Perhaps your brain is a little tired from where it's been overused today. Breathe into those areas. Let your breath slide through those places as if it's massaging them, leaving them feeling softer, relaxed, less tired. As you breathe in and out, scan your body for any places that aren't fully relaxed. Imagine you're moving as you breathe. Your feet are easily placing their weight one before the other, moving you through a place that's very ordinary and very familiar to you. It's a place that's mundane. It may have associations of tiredness, of where you've expended energy, of hard work. Perhaps your workplace, or a part of your home, wherever it is, just now, you're not too thrilled to find yourself here. You feel you've spent enough time here already, in ordinary waking life. So continue moving over the floor you know so well, past the familiar objects, navigating a space that's very, very familiar, very, very ordinary. Ahead of you, out of place, there's a pair of double doors waiting for you in the wall. Go forwards. These doors have a bar you can press down that will open them both, allowing you to exit. Go forwards and feel the doors swing wide, letting in a rush of cooler outdoor air, freshness. You can step outside. And you'll find yourself on a long, narrow bridge in the open air. It leaves the building behind you where you were. You're on a bridge, faced with afternoon sunlight. This bridge has lengths of wood, solid and strong, running underfoot. There are railings of thick rope, The entire bridge curves, gravity pulling it down in its middle. It stretches out into the air, empty of people except for you. And as you begin to step onto the wood, holding the rope railings, the bridge will bounce. It'll reflect your own movements as you walk forwards. So hold on to those railings. Let's begin to cross this bridge. As you walk, different colors will make themselves known to you. Different shapes will be felt by your feet as they step down. There are random objects beginning to clutter the bridge. They slightly impede your way. Holding the railings, you may have to lift your knees higher, stepping over them, finding a secure place to put your weight. Around you, there are books, clothes, umbrellas, vinyl LPs, baking trays, framed paintings, all manner of objects from human life. A clutter making it harder to proceed along this bridge. But you're determined. You push on, carefully stepping over these objects, feeling in the railings for where you can grip on tight, pushing aside clothes, jewellery, other things that are laid over there, so you can securely progress. Below you, far below, there's a distant valley, a ribbon of river. Through the clouds down there's a town with rooftops, tiny chimneys, black roads with white markings on, cars little bigger than ants. There's an animated world different to the one up here. We're so high the clouds slide between you and the world below. And it is a little scary facing this chasm here on the bridge. But if you twist your head back, taking in where you've come from, back there is the ordinary world you've left. You don't mind how odd this bridge is, how high up we are. You're glad to be moving outwards, onwards, exploring something new. For a few moments, continue along this bridge, noticing the wind on your face, how the wood bounces gently under your feet, the objects you're picking your way over. But always keep going, celebrate moving into the unknown. This colourful, clutter-draped bridge is connected in the distance with a needle of rock, topped in trees, rising up above the clouds. This hill is flanked in sheer cliff sides, where the grass and the roots dangle like a mop of hair. And this bridge goes forwards to attach to a spiral pathway that's snaking around those cliff sides, leading up. Now you're maneuvering past larger artifacts, around a hat stand, a tailor's dummy, a bicycle tire. And on one side of you, you have the rock, the cliffs of the hill, close enough to touch. And on the other, we have open air. If you grip the railing now and let your head take in what's over the side, You'll sense through a momentary gap in the clouds the landscape below. You might detect some birds below you, wings wide in flight. That town or village, is it one that you know? You might hear distant honking horns from traffic. Or maybe all you're noticing is the wind blowing through the trees, the leaves, the sounds of the sky. Below you, the spread of the land undulating into the distance. What if you'd left this world forever, and now you're separate from it? What if you're only able to look from above? How does that make you feel? What are your feelings for this world far below? We're moving again, following that spiral pathway. It's leading upwards, with the sheer rock, the cliffs on one side, railings on the other. You're still stepping over discarded items from life, but now there's a tickling, a pulling at the top of your head. There are low hanging boughs from the trees, or perhaps their roots poking out of the soil. Limbs hang down, damp with furry moss, as the spiral leads up, draws us level with these trees. And now the cool winds are moist with cloud. Up here, icicles hang from the twigs. Continue on the spiral pathway, circling slowly round. If you crane your head so you're looking upwards, there are glowing paper lanterns hanging in the trees, waiting for you. Now we've been clambering over many objects from other people's lives, following this bridge to here. But let's think now of something that's been weighing you down in life, something pushed onto you that you didn't ever really want. Symbolize that as an object here on the pathway. It could be a bit of clothing that doesn't suit you, a piece of jewellery you'd wear only out of obligation, an old phone, a menu from a meal that was disastrous. Some symbolic item of some part of your life that still conjures a shudder when you think of it. Find that object, pick it up, hold it in your hands, hold it out before you, and be aware of what it fully represents. Let your feelings about that object flow down your arms, into the object as you hold it, and then move those arms out, over the railings, over the chasm, over this dizzy drop, and just let it fall. There it goes, circling down, away, plummeting. Watch it go downwards as the clouds close over it. It's gone. And you can walk now a clearer pathway, a spiral route with less that litters it. Feel how good it is with that object gone from your life. Now the pathway ends. There's a gateway leading onto the hilltop, a metal gate that you're reaching out to open, pushing forwards. You step through it, let it close behind you. You're standing on this hilltop at last, amongst the trees, facing that long snake of a bridge that leads away into the clouds, multicolored, strewn with all that junk. As you watch it, it abruptly drops. It slips into mist, breaking up, fragmenting in several places. It's gone. Turning, the edge of this hill keeps you safe with a stone wall against the drop, and you're amongst the tall trees, rustling and sighing with the wind. At varying heights up there, glowing paper lanterns are strung, awaiting the night. There's a dusting of snow on the branches, a play of black and white. There's snow underfoot and it crunches as you begin to explore. Notice what kind of trees these are as you move forwards. Are they a type that means something special to you? Your feet will move on autopilot, weaving between the trunks. Let them lead you on. They'll lead you into a clearing where amongst the trunks there's a cabin made of logs. A one-room hut that has a veranda outside, on which are wooden recliners padded with moss. The cabin seems to have been here a while. As you go nearer, you'll find its entrance amongst trailing ivy, and you can step inside. It's warm and dry. The light is green from the ivy. It's also much larger than you expected. This is your cabin, and comfort here is going to be no problem. For in here, you can conjure up anything you want, anything you need to make this cabin perfect. It's yours alone. No one else will ever see it. So think what you would have if you could have anything at all here in this cabin. How would you furnish this place? How would you light it, heat it, cool it down? What would you have for furniture? Where would you bathe and shower? How would you cook? How would you entertain yourself? Spend some time in this cabin, imagining, rearranging, trying out until you've got it absolutely right. No dream can be too ridiculous. Furnish this cabin to be your sanctuary, your hideaway that you can come to whenever you want. Now your cabin is laid out exactly as you want it, your own space. Relax now in it. Play here however you want. What did you bring from the world below, from your own life, your imagination? Things you've never had time to try, never been able to afford, never dared to have a go at. Spend some time here enjoying what's around. What does it tell you about your own life path in that world below? From the ceiling of your cabin, you notice a rope ladder hanging down. Let's see what it is. You grab hold of the rope, hoist a foot onto one of the rungs, pull and begin to climb that ladder up towards the ceiling. Pass through a gap in the ceiling between strands of ivy, getting your elbows up on rock and roots, and find you're on a hillock of grass. There is some snow on the grass, but other parts are green, and the sunlight shining down on you makes you blink. If you stand up, you'll notice that around this little green island on top of your cabin, the tall trees push upwards, lanterns in different colours, and from up here all seems fresh and radiant. And standing tall, in your mind's eye, stretch up your arms, cast them outwards, spread your fingers as far as they'll go. Raise your arms up to that healing sun directly overhead, and breathe in the rays that are showering down. Inhale golden life force. Keep breathing that light in until you feel you've stored as much as you can in this body. You notice a tumble of natural stones. They let you climb down a makeshift stairway, placing you on the forest floor. And now this hill is the back of the cabin that you were in, an expanse of stone and green. And it seems these stones, under the roots, the grass and the lichen, have been positioned long ago to form an enormous face. The steps you just descended form an ear, and this ridge of stones forms a brow. Coming down towards you, this big stone is the nose, and there are smiling lips going down into the forest floor. A hill-sized face that's been carved from stone in the attitude of laughing. The eyes curled in amusement, looking right at you where you stand. You realize that's your face in the stone. It's an idealized version of you, certainly, but someone has tried to sculpt you out of this hillside. You look happy there, caught forever in joy. See if you can share its happiness, if it can infect you with its smile. It's time to begin leaving this curious needle hill high in the clouds. Now you're filled with the sun's timeless energy rays. You have the memory of this hill face, a smiling you, and the cabin fitted with everything you could desire. An eternal sanctuary you can come to recharge. As the trees sway and the lanterns bob overhead, remember this is somewhere you can come to anytime you choose to. It's only a few thoughts away. But the lanterns up there are rustling a little bit more insistently now. The breeze is coming down through the boughs, sprinkling snow down to you where it can move over your head, your shoulders, around your back. That breeze is going to take us home, and you'll be as light as a feather or a leaf, easy to pick up in that wind. It turns you gently onto your back and, holding you as carefully as a parent would hold a child, we begin to drift, to circle, to spiral away. Feel ourselves moving away from those treetops, over that chasm, over the world far below. And as we turn, completely safe, let's feel inside ourselves for where we've left our bodies waiting. Go to where your body is sitting or lying down. Through the rooftops, through the ceiling, find your body and position yourself just above it, a few inches on top. We'll breathe ourselves back into our body now. So take a breath that's slightly deeper than before and let yourself fall into your body as if there's a sprinkle, a stream of cool sand that goes all the way down your torso, down your legs, and finds your feet and begins to pool there. Carry on breathing in and out and feel yourself go into your body with the weight of soft sand, beginning to fill where your heels, your toes are, up your calves. Breathing in, you feel that cool sand filling up to your knees, filling out your thighs. Breathe in and feel the cool weight settling through your hips, beginning to pool where your tummy is. Let's bring weight back, going up the spine, up to the ribs where they begin to fan out. Breathe in and bring solidity, coolness back. Fill your chest torso. Feel the sand going all the way up to your shoulder blades, to where your neck starts. Let's follow that sand down the arms, all the way down to the fingers, the palms and the wrists. Bring those back to the right weight. Breathing in, the sand goes down to fill our forearms, our elbows, and now the upper arms are linking with the shoulders. Feel your neck returning to the right weight, and let's fill the area of the head, behind the mouth, up there in the skull cavity. Let's bring the little point of us that thinks to sit once more between the eyes where it normally lives. Breathe into any places that still feel empty and spacious. Take your weight there. Try wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you are fully back, let's open up our eyes.